I get people asking me systems all the time and like, what do we start with first? Because especially when you're the main person and you're trying to do everything all at once, it's all a problem. So how do we prioritize what the main systems are and how do we do that?
Well, I think the first thing you need to look at is the scheduling, because I think the scheduling is what makes it very effective. And I believe this: what you focus on gets done first,
Hmm.
and what you focus on is what gets put on the schedule. And it's literally that simple. And I know it sounds so silly to say, but it is so true. When I maximized my scheduling, meaning my personal, I started with myself. So I said, what are the hours that I need to balance my life? I'm a mom of two boys. I want to spend time with them. So what are my no-goes, for that, prioritizing that and putting that on the schedule and saying, no one's going to interfere with that time. And then saying, from this time, I'm going to teach. And then this day, I'm going to do consulting. And then this time I'm going to do emails. And then this time I'm going to work behind the chair with my clients. So having that schedule set. So when you exemplify that in your business, then you can train your staff to do that as well. So if you can pull your staff member out and say, listen, let's get your schedule really tight that works for you, start there. I say start with a schedule, tell them what their priorities are, help them put their priorities on that schedule list. And then from there say, now I have your attention for this hour. I want you to do this. Here are your duty lists, here are your tasks, get this done, and then here's a checklist for it, and then document the final result. And so I think if you get into that kind of system, that's the first system I would say. First system is scheduling, tracking,
Okay,
documenting.
it's funny too because at the very beginning, before we hopped on, I'm like, "So I put my hair in a ponytail because your hair looks amazing, and I don't do fashion." And right, even in our personal lives, there are things we do really really well and things we don't do, and probably need help, or
Right.
not even necessarily need to up everything so everything's a strength. It's not about that. It's about sort of realizing what is your strength and leveling up on that instead of. How did you figure
And
out what
do
your
it well.
strengths were?
What was that?
How did you figure out what your strengths were, though?
I think I kind of knew it all along. I feel like I've always known what my strengths are. I feel like I have always communicated well. I feel like I've always been able to handle confrontation well. I feel like I'm really good at that. Like I feel like I don't shy away from that. I feel like I listen amazingly well. That's a really, really good strength of mine. And this is what I think this is part of why my business has grown, because I'm a great listener and I really listen to what everyone needs. And I am also a doer. And so I'm very task oriented, and I make list of things all the time. And so I feel like that has really changed or helped my business grow. And so I think that those are some of the keys that I would suggest on that. And realizing your strength, just know what you're really good at and what you do. How did I learn what my strengths are? Uh, be really accountable to what you're not good at, and ask the opinions of others, and be open to listening to them. Really want to hear it. I think self reflection is a really big key.